I am the Red Cyclone! Ah!
Yes, sir. Welcome to another episode of the It Gets Better by Square podcast. I'm your host, Lee Beans, and I'm here with Mark with the mic.
What is going on? What is going on?
Not much. Actually, a lot of stuff, but you know what? Nah, you going to Japan, Mark. Let's get there now. Take on a plane. We fly to this. We're gonna sit in for a little bit of news from the Japan fighting game publishers Roundtable, and that happened last week.
Okay.
So like there was a bunch of stuff, but the reason I say not much because it's not physical; it's all digital media because it's fighting games related.
So were they at least in a round circle when they were talking?
No, we can't do that because you know the world is what it is. So it was a giant, I guess, Zoom call or what have you, some service.
Was the Zoom call in circle?
No, they actually just did them in rows. Now that you say it, they had stylized, like for the information for who they were. Yeah, it was all stylized with like the cool thick brush style from like Street Fighter. You know the way they do it. They write things in Japan on like, oh, look, is that calligraphy? Is that unique to Japan or is that just a style?
No, they have professional ones. People do that.
Yeah, so it's Japanese calligraphy, right?
Yeah.
So let's just leave it at that. Let's not be racist.
Yes.
But they had that, but they didn't try their best to do it in a circle. They just had little squares with names. Yeah. Some people had funny backgrounds. I think somebody had a stage from a game, but like nothing crazy. The cool thing though is like, you know how we've in the past few weeks had a bunch of news from because Comic-Con had to release their news digitally because Toy Fair? Yeah. And all that happened and they released the news. Well, it's the trend for the past few years anyway, but usually there would be a show, most likely EVO, where this information would have been given out to the public. Yeah. So what it was like a Japanese publishers, because they make a majority of the fighting games. Like I think the only big ones made in America are Skullgirls and KI. So like everything: Street Fighter, Tekken, King of Fighters, Guilty Gear. Who else am I leaving now? Probably actually DOA. I think it was 6 had some news about some stuff.
That game's still going?
Yeah, they're actually doing more free-to-play stuff. They're rebranding some things in a different way is what I saw. Okay. So maybe you get more stuff for free to just try out the game.
Yeah, because that's just expensive. Like all the costumes and shit.
It is one of the most expensive. That's the reputation it has, yes. Because they got... But you know what? If I'm being quite honest, I gotta shake a finger at Capcom because I saw the prices for the newest packs. Yeah. If you buy them per costume, it's more than a character usually would be for any other fighting game. Yeah. It's $5.99. I'm like, what? Why is this costume worth as much as a character? Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, that was Capcom's problem, like in the beginning of the game too. Like they were expensive, and then you had to play so much for the fight money to get it too.
See, that's at least some of them were gettable, so you could get the 1 or 2 for the characters you use, but they are just putting like Chun-Li has like 40 costumes.
Yes, Chun-Li is my favorite character too, and I'll get all of them. But yeah, it's so expensive.
I mean, funny enough, you say that, but if you were to buy, I think it's called Champion Edition, you basically just get everything, so you get like $1,000 worth of DLC.
Yeah, I got the Championship Edition one because I had to get the DLC.
That, yeah, you basically have all those Chun-Li costumes.
I just never did the last one because I just didn't care enough.
No. So then, I think there's this Ultimate. I think it is. Yeah. Championship, whatever. Who can keep track? This is their fault. But As far as information wise, they were there. Capcom was there because Street Fighter is still a big thing. So for them, it was mostly wait until August 5th because they're gonna have a pretty big presentation for. I don't know if they're gonna do all 5 characters at once, but they are announcing officially more news about Street Fighter 5 on the 5th, and the special guest was announced to be Kenny Omega, which is actually pretty cool. So
cool.
Unfortunately, we can't have the part 3 actually of the Austin Creed versus Kenny Omega duel.
Well, maybe in a different setting, as in, say for instance, Austin Creed hosts G4.
That would be great. That's another thing we could talk about as well.
Yeah.
That G4 is actually officially making a comeback. I don't know as what though.
It's going to be a channel.
I heard Comcast still owns it.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they're going to be on TV. I don't think so.
I heard there's going to be a channel. I heard it's going to be back as a channel. Or if not, it's going to be like a Twitch channel.
See, if it was something on the internet, or even if it was just a whole site dedicated to their, hosting the shows. Yeah. That would make a lot of sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's TV. You got that. Nah. But no, seriously, like that just just with how things are today, I would think that makes sense. But I'm 100% interested to see.
I think
as long as it's not just cops.
I think it could take. I think it's a better time now than it was before.
Well, I think you can put a lot more interesting programming together.
Yeah, but you also have all the game tournaments that are being aired on TV now. You had those reality TV shows of gamers airing on TV now. ESPN is airing freaking video game tournaments and things like that. So like nowadays, you actually have that as a way you could like promote. You could actually have exclusive Overwatch League matches on G4 kind of thing. Like but back in the day, it wasn't like that, and we had like that. You remember the one with the dude from? Was he in American Gladiators? I don't know, but he hosted it and it was the Battlegrounds or some shit that they played like Counter-Strike against each other and shit like that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I don't remember the exact name of the show, but I remember the premise.
Yeah, so back in the day, you didn't really have that. Nowadays, like it's big and it's strong, and like say for instance, if Evo comes back next year, if it gets a spot like Evo month, and you'll have like all the matchups and stuff like that throughout the fucking tournament, things like that. You could do that now.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense because I thought about exactly what they would have content wise, and I was thinking about what they used to, and like one was personality, so they had some type of personality driven game show. Attack of the Show. They had I'm trying to think game related, so I know they had screensavers and things like that, but I'm trying to think game related today. So you could take I remember they had the trailer show, Cinematech, which a lot of people still like.
I like Cinematech. I thought that was actually pretty cool.
That's something that could be brought back because they still make game trailers.
Yeah, top 5. They had a top 5 show. That could be something easily done. X-Play definitely is coming, returning. X-Play and Attack of the Show are two of the shows that they really said they're coming back.
There's actually people from there. I don't know if you remember the host. He was one of like the secondary hosts, Blair Herter. Yeah. He's actually gonna be still involved, and I think the guy who was the producer for Attack of the Show was supposed to be there. So this is what I heard from Giant Bomb, and they were talking about this whole situation this past week. So yeah, wow. I mean, you have the people willing to help out.
Well, Blair Herter also hashtagged the Creed for host for G4, so
I hope he does make it. We were talking about Austin Creed, professional wrestler, Xavier Woods,
YouTube channel extraordinaire.
YouTube channel up down down 2 million subscribers. Did they make that and have Triple H on there and all that? Yeah, right. So they passed that goal. So he's going real strong,
and he's doing great on Twitch right now too.
Shout outs to the Uno videos.
Yeah. But him being there, I actually bringing a lot of like celebrity style into there because again he's being a professional wrestler, and and the world's meeting of everything. He could get a lot of the wrestlers on there as well, like Cesaro and Adam Cole and things like that, and which they all have their own video game channels as well.
This is true.
So it's an interesting take. I think he should be on there. He better be on there, or we just don't watch.
If they don't do a new Nick Arcade, he should get his show on that channel.
He should have both.
He should have. Yeah, in an ideal world, but
you only film a certain amount of episodes for it, so you could film like 3 months of episodes and still do a live show.
This is true.
Like,
this is true. Yeah,
there's a lot of possibilities.
It's just like they haven't done the shit. They haven't brought it back yet.
Yeah, like I'm just saying. And he is a WWE wrestler, so he's used to the traveling.
So he should definitely be able to host his own game variety show. That would be above and beyond everything. If you could do that, make that happen, G4.
Yeah.
You didn't have one of those, so it'd be nice to have one.
You know who else? You know who else vouched for him? One of the most famous people that came from G4.
Who's that?
Olivia Munn.
Oh, really? Okay.
She vouched for G4.
Oh man, I hope she's okay. I heard she dropped a sword. I didn't see the video, but I heard that happened recently.
Yeah.
So for some reason she had a video of her playing with her Psylocke sword.
Yeah.
And she dropped it. I don't know if it broke or if it cut through the floor and like stabbed the dude downstairs in the head. I don't know, but I hope she's okay. Also, I don't know why that came out. Like, have you noticed a lot more articles? Oh, because of the anniversary. That's right. I forgot which. I don't know if it's 15 for the original X-Men movies.
Yeah.
But something recently there was an anniversary for those movies. So a lot of people were trying to find positive things to say about them.
They're not that great.
No, when you go back to them, only X2 really holds up.
You know, after the video game movies we finish, I think we should go into the X-Men movies.
I suggested that. I suggested just from the beginning superhero movies.
Yeah.
I mean, we have to watch Spider-Man and Captain America from back in the day.
So doing all superhero movies. All right. So that includes Marvel, DC, Image.
Oh yeah, we could watch Swamp Thing too.
So it goes into does all right. So we have to make it clear. Does TV movie count, or is it only theatrical?
I think it might have to. You might have to make an exception because unlike video games,
I don't want to watch Generation X.
I mean,
that movie was bad.
How long is it?
It's
that?
like
is it an hour?
45 minutes.
Oh, it's a full-length movie.
Yeah.
I know I sat through it once, but I wasn't paying 100%
bad.
attention.
It was bad.
I just know it was not engaging at all.
Skin was weird.
Yeah. You remember that? Yeah.
I'm up for it. If you are, I don't care. Like, we're already going through bad shit as it is, so I'm like, what could be worse?
Yeah, we should. Well, I mean, bad stuff. Well, we can't forget about this week's The Verdict, Postal. So we have something.
We got a one Uembo movie that we enjoyed.
Yeah, it was actually good.
With the balls,
exclamation point.
I think that was my highlight.
It's an exclamation point on both ends. You can't make this movie today.
Yeah,
that's all I gotta say.
All I'm saying is the fact that he got shot in the balls in the movie made me happy because I sat through Alone in the Dark.
Oh,
all the crap.
Yeah, we'll get it. We don't want to get too jumbled up. So we got the G4 thing that's going on. We got the Austin Creed 44 G4. We hope that happens. We got the Fighting Game Roundtable, where they released a bunch of things. You can go check that out yourselves.
So any of the things that they showed like really interest you? Like, what was your highlight of the roundtable?
So almost every company had something to show. Street Fighter said come back later, so screw them. Tekken had the announcement of season 4.
Okay.
And a really funny intro from the head guy Harada, which is always a character. There's a rumor, I don't know if it's confirmed. I saw something that said the reason he wears shades is because originally he was supposed to be the main bad guy in Street Fighter Cross Tekken. So that was around when he first started only wearing those shades. Because now you know the guy. Every time you see him, the Japanese dude with the short buzz cut, that guy.
So is that still happening? The Tekken Street Fighter?
So that's one thing that he never answers that question.
Asshole.
Never. He never says
You put a
yes.
Puma in the game.
This is when you can expect it, and he never says no. We are not doing this now.
Okay.
It always goes maybe sometime in the future.
Yeah. So Tekken 6 is the current, and that's not changing.
No, that's 7.
anytime soon.
7 is the current one.
Current one. Okay. Tekken 7 is the current one. That they're just adding another season now.
Yeah, because listen, they had the intro video had, hey, you know, things are bad. So,
Yeah.
so I don't think they're rushing to make a new game right now.
Okay.
The cool thing was with Arc System Works, who announced 2 characters for Guilty Gear Strive, I believe it's called, is that it is the first PS5 game, PS5 fighting game announced. So nothing else has been announced for PS5.
Yeah.
So Guilty Gear is actually the first one. So probably that thinking about that and the way that no other companies have rushed to get out there and announce that means that probably Tekken 8 and Street Fighter 6 will be the next games that they will announce for that.
Yeah.
I think they'll be backwards compatible because, you know, sure, why not? But it's starting to look like, they're not really talking about those games on PS5.
Yeah.
So I thought that was interesting.
That would be interesting.
SNK announced a new character for Samurai Showdown. You can check out her trailer. SNK also announced that while they have plans to show more, they don't want to show King of Fighters 15 until they are in a place to feel that it is ready.
Okay.
Because of how the last one turned out. Because it has a stigma for not being one of the worst looking games of the fighting games of the generation because they didn't have the money.
Okay.
So they want to wait. And I believe Bandai Namco is also going to wait to announce some more stuff. They did have a few things. They had Soul Calibur 6. They showed Setsuka from Soul Calibur. She came out in 3, but she was basically in every game.
Yeah.
Except 5. So she's back. A bunch of new custom parts and things. There's still one more character for their season pass. So that's that. So Soul Calibur is still rolling along. And then I said DOA 6 basically announced a bunch of like more free stuff, actually, more free ways to play the game. I don't know if it's going to be on different systems. I'm not sure if that was one of the things, because I know right now I can play Starter. I think it was called like DOA like Starter or something like that, Last Stand or something. It has a name, it has a title for it, and that's how you know it's the free version. So I'd like to know what they're gonna do. Maybe they're gonna start up for the next one, which is funny that you don't think about it, but like, damn, DOA 6 is already a thing. That means the next one they go into DOA 7. Really?
Yeah.
Like, how is this DOA 7 going? How is DOA 7 potentially a thing before Street Fighter 7? Crazy. See, this is what happens with Champion and Super Turbo. Yeah. That's what happened.
Were there any previews of the new characters for Tekken? Like actual?
No, Tekken hasn't shown any characters yet. They more closely were trying to give a hint at, hey, we're gonna fix the netcode. Okay. Without saying it. Okay. Also, they expose Wi-Fi users, which is a hilarious thing. So, in the fighting game community at large, you don't want to play on Wi-Fi because it introduces more dropped frames due to the lag, because a wire connection is stronger than a Wi-Fi connection. Yeah. So, there's a stigma of, hey man, that match was mad laggy. That dude was probably on Wi-Fi. Yeah. So they actually gave out the data and said that for Tekken 7, that 50% of the user base is on Wi-Fi. So there was mad memes about Wi-Fi the day after, which is hilarious, but it's kind of sad. Yeah. It's like you're actively sabotaging your own community. Come on, y'all. Get it together. Go buy. Somebody had the best part of the meme was somebody had put, responding to this, an ad, I think on Amazon, of like, yo son, these high quality cables, they only $3.99. What y'all doing? Like, it was mad funny. So yeah.
Yeah.
Spend the $3.99. Buy those cables. Look, please stop making it a bad time. I can tell you from some of the games I play that aren't fighting games.
Yeah.
That are online that they don't have the best netcode already. So when you factor in the fact that people are actively using Wi-Fi, it makes a lot of sense sometimes when you play games. And you're like, yo, wait a second, my connection is good. What's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I have my system. Like both of my systems are hardwired.
Yeah.
So they're easier. They're faster.
I understand. You might live in a home and you might be on the second floor and the router's on the first floor. You know, maybe your parents pay for it. And so you don't get the choice, but you need to save that money instead of buying a game and buy you a LAN cable.
Yeah.
Because damn it, you're hurting us.
LAN cable, extender. You can even buy an extender and connect it as the LAN cable.
See, it degrades the more you come away from the original source.
Or just ask for another box.
Just
save
get
your money.
I mean, well, that's true. But you know, little Timmy, he ain't got the allowance money. He can't pay for his own box. So. Times are hard right now. I understand.
Damn, little
but
Jimmy.
$3.99. Listen, you can save everybody's lives.
Yeah.
That's a public service announcement.
Yeah, the cables are cheap. You could get like 10 of them for like $5.
And they're mad long.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Stop.
Yeah, I have that on my I have my TV hardwired and my system's hardwired.
So.
Because it's right, but then again, I'm right next to my box is like right next to my TV.
Yeah. It's different for everybody.
Yeah.
I understand, but to hear 50%, damn y'all, what is happening?
But that also goes to the systems themselves to get better with their Wi-Fi connection as well.
I think that should be something that this next generation kind of brings up and addresses.
I think that's something that has to be like really utilized too, because you're really trying to push people away from buying like physical and buying digital. So you got to give us an incentive of buying digital, and if it's faster download or faster connections or things like that, how your system's going to do that better.
Yeah, but that's not even the reason you want to make it better. It's just to play with other people.
Yeah,
you need a better Wi-Fi. Whatever is in your box needs to be stronger so you have a better connection.
Yeah,
you should focus on that so that people will stop talking about your network sucks, because that's it's there are gamer memes that exist for a reason, where people go, oh, this people will say PSN sucks for these games.
Yeah.
People will say Xbox sucks for these games. How about both companies get this shit together, and Nintendo as well, and let's just make the what we know people use better. If you make both options viable, then nobody can complain. How about that? Yeah. That's what they should do. They're gonna get a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
So that would help a lot of people out. I mean, also, it's still on you if you have shit internet. That's on you.
Yeah.
That's also if you live in an area where if you live in a city. Listen, times are what they are. The internet is not the same as it used to be.
Yeah, because everyone's online.
So that's another thing. It's just like some of the stuff you can't avoid.
Yeah.
And I wish more people would address that part of it, because that's the most real thing of, people are going to be happy to spend $500 to $600 on a box, but the real world is people are in their homes for a reason.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are actively on the internet at the same time, working and not working. There's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
It just is. So I don't know why no game developers have come out and said, this is a problem and we are looking for ways around this.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that from anybody yet. So
me either. So we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see.
Again, but this whole thing at least should make some people feel better, because some of the fighting game companies are like, yo, all right, we understand.
Yeah.
Our netcode is not great. so some of them are kind of getting on the boat early.
But
and
at
Japan
least
is not the first ones to do that. Usually it's American companies. So
At least they are working on the netcodes and they try to improve the game. And the fact that they are still like supporting your game that you bought like 2 years ago, and they still like heavily support it to keep going. It's a good thing too.
Dude, they put the statistics for most of the games. Street Fighter is like 2016, so that's what, 6 years old?
Yeah.
No, that's 4. Yeah, that's 4 years old. Tekken is going on 5 years old because it was in arcades.
Yeah.
So like these games are getting old.
But I would say console release, because the arcade it doesn't connect to the console.
That's unfortunately not the case with Tekken 7, because that game was tested in the arcade for the system.
Yeah.
So for that one, it's a special case. It's not like Street Fighter where they try to do simultaneous release.
Yeah.
That one was like a test to see how good they can get certain things down before they brought it. So
that makes sense.
That's kind of why that game is so good.
Yeah.
But still, regardless, it's old.
When they drop the price of all the DLC, I'll buy it.
True.
I had the game. For the longest time.
Yeah, I bought that day one. I was invested.
I got it with the season pass, so I had the first round of characters. I'll wait till all the characters are cheap, and then I'll buy it. Because I want to play as Leroy. Is Leroy? Yeah, Leroy.
Yeah.
And I want to play as the new TIE fighter, Fuckmon, whatever his name is.
Fakumon. Yeah.
Yeah. I you know what though, I hated his trailer. I really did hate his trailer. You want to know why? Because he looks like he's like 8 foot tall, and then when you play as him, he's like almost their size, and it just pissed me off.
He looks like a badass Baki character that was like 7.
Yo, I thought he was gonna be like that fucking Gabriel in Street Fighter size, you know?
True.
That's how tall I thought he was gonna be. I was like, yo, he's gonna be like the whole screen. I want to play as him. I could kick him from the half of court.
Yeah, it's messed up too. The character that is that big sucks.
Yeah,
because I don't know if you know, but the Monster Man that's in Tekken.
Yeah,
he's like in a suit. But,
I haven't played Tekken in a while, so maybe I'll try to get back into it and play some rounds.
Okay.
But I haven't played it in a long time. Like, I own it. I haven't played it in a long time. I do like Mortal Kombat. Like, Mortal Kombat really did enough for me because they gave me like a full like story and things like that. It gave you like a single player part of everything. So like if I don't want to play online, there's a big single player.
Yeah, there's a more worthwhile like there's a system there that just feels better to play offline. Yeah, because Tekken you can grind the random mode, but like it's basically just for pieces. Yeah, and it doesn't give you the same incentive. You just could look like a complete monster in the worst way when you go online and have people just question their sanity. So there's that. You know what? Soul Calibur also does that too, because I don't know if you ever seen people's creations online, but sometimes
I've played around with it too. I have Soul Calibur 5 too, and that's another game I barely like had time to play. But
so 6, right?
Yeah, I got the last one.
So yeah, this is true.
Because Geralt is in it, so I went to play him out. Because when I was in my whole Witcher phase, I was looking for everything he's in, and I forgot he was in Soul Calibur.
This is true.
Yeah,
and he's good too. That's what I like.
Yeah, he was actually really good.
Don't let your guest character be crap.
Yeah. Who was who was the worst like guest character
that I know of? Technically, well, do you mean like
to your experience?
Do you mean as in nobody liked the character, or do you mean as in
I'll say
just were garbage?
More for your experience.
From my experience, I'm trying to think. Soul Calibur had pretty good one. I mean, Yoda was one that kind of made me. I liked it because it was bad. Yeah. I like Yoda because he ended up being a troll character. So in that sense, he's kind of a bad character because of the way people played him. Yeah, okay. It was obnoxious. Like when that game Soul Calibur before it first came out, Xbox 360 had Yoda. It was obnoxious. If you fought a Yoda, it was just some little thing with a lightsaber flying all over the screen. Yeah. So it was pretty bad. What about you?
guest character. I will say I did not like. Ooh, what was the fucking? I think it's a Soul Calibur one. I didn't care for Hahachi in Soul Calibur.
I can see that. He actually turned out to be busted, but in a good way. But
Yeah.
like, yeah, I can see most people not picking him because he didn't have a weapon.
Yeah, I felt like he was like just left out, like weirded out. Like,
Yeah,
hey,
right. Like,
I have no weapon.
yeah, the funny thing is, it turns out with him, he's actually like one of the best characters in the game. They had to ban him for tournaments.
Oh wow.
Yeah, he's crazy. Him, Link, and Spawn.
Yeah,
And
I like
technically
Spawn.
all three of them are better than everybody else in the game.
I like Spawn. Link was actually really good too. I
Link
remember
was
playing as
again, that takes me back to Pokemon Center in the tournaments,
Yeah.
but Link was legitimately broken.
Yeah,
It was the most fun thing in the world to play as that character.
I would say within Mortal Kombat, like I did not like. Well, in Injustice, I didn't like the Enchantress. I didn't care for that character. And later Mortal Kombat, I think it was Mortal Kombat 9. They had Leatherface. I didn't care for him either.
Leatherface, okay, I can see that.
They just didn't play well for me anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
Did you like Kratos, or did you ever get to play with him?
I did like Kratos. I thought he played
Okay.
pretty solid. I think it kind of just showcased his stuff. And then like if you did, well, I don't even know if I did like Gon from Tekken 3. I thought he was
Yeah.
an asshole.
Yeah, he was fun. Yes. Also a troll character.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll say that.
You did wait. What was your? Did you say your favorite as well, or no?
My favorite. I guess my favorite. I think was favorite. I didn't even think about the favorite. Favorite guest character, I'll say, is who did I use a lot? I guess Freddy Krueger in Mortal Kombat 9.
Oh yeah.
He was
That's pretty
like a pretty badass character.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
And Ninja
he was also broken.
Ninja.
They had to ban him too.
Yeah.
He had loops with the claw thing on the floor,
Yeah.
where he could kind of lock you in an infinite loop, and either
Yeah.
you would get hit and die, or you would get blocked to death. So it was
And yeah, the Ninja Turtles, 100% Ninja Turtles.
okay. Yeah,
from,
they were
Injustice
implemented
too.
really well.
Yeah.
They look really cool.
And the fact that you were able to change the turtle, you didn't have to be this. They didn't play. They all played differently.
That's cool. Yeah,
So-
that's actually really cool.
So the turtles, I think, was one of my favorites.
I think on principle, the Turtles are probably my favorite. I haven't played them, so I don't know how they feel and
Oh,
whatnot.
Injustice,
but
man,
like,
they're cheap right now on PSN.
yeah, well, I think I might have. What? That's Injustice 2, right?
Yeah.
I think I have it for free for one of the deals. So
Okay.
no, I don't have the DLC. I have the base game.
Nah.
That's what it is. I don't have DLC.
Yeah, they had like the ultimate version, like mad cheap.
Yeah. But like, on principle, that's probably the coolest one. Like at that point in time, when you just think about that, like that's really cool.
I think
That's
that was the one I marked out the most for.
That I never would have saw that coming. Still
Yeah,
didn't.
like I say that was. I'll say to this day that was the greatest trailer for a bonus character ever.
You know, I have to dispute you because I saw the trailer at. I mean, this is probably one I would see. This is kind of why. Last thing I kind of. This is why I am really sad about Evo.
Yeah.
Is because one of the hypest trailers I ever saw was Geese for Tekken
Geese.
7. And when you heard an entire arena of people saying predictable and saying the same, like the shit that he says,
Yeah.
I was like, I got goosebumps
Yeah.
because Geese is that dude. So I started to buy Geese. I don't have Geese. That sucks. I should have Geese.
Yeah.
But for trailers wise, yeah. But I think I would honestly say in a fighting game, favorite that I have played is Link.
Link.
Because again, not only was it faithful to the character, it made sense in that story, but the character was broken.
I thought
Disappointing.
I thought Ezio was interesting too because Ezio kind of fit the time frame.
Yeah, I like it too. I like the song actually
Yeah.
more than the character.
Yeah.
actually. But yeah, he's a good one. He's a good one. That gun was cheap.
Yeah.
But yeah, that I have played. Yeah, Link is way up there.
Yeah.
You can just stand back there and throw bombs at people. And
Yep.
just run around in circles. It was so. And you can use the boomerang. Oh, it was
But I
so
think he
bad.
played to the character's core too. Like I think he played as if Link was really in this game, kind of thing.
Yep.
It wasn't just like Link's colors and his face with a different.
And
He
it-
played
and-
like the game.
You know what also made it so much better was that the voice actor for Siegfried is the same voice actor as Link in Ocarina of Time. So he just was doing the voice again.
Yeah.
That's like, you know how many people's favorite game is Ocarina of Time?
Yeah.
So you understand why those two being like linked together like that, no pun intended, is kind of like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So that's why for me that's way up there.
Yeah.
That's like, yeah. You got the same guy to come back again, but he was already here. Damn. So I guess we could go on to the verdict now. Do you have any more news that came out?
I got Ghost. I just started Ghost of Tsushima. Really digging it. I'll go more into it next week because then I'll actually have like a full week of playing and going into the game. I'm very in the early stages of things, so far it's a beautiful game. Very interesting. If you like that style of gameplay, I get what people are complaining about the stealth stuff, but I found ways around it. But I honestly would say, be honest with you, like it's cooler just like, yo, motherfucker, let's fight.
So again, this is what I've heard a lot of people say, is that it's just more interesting and fun to fight open.
Yeah.
That kind of sucks, man.
Yeah. Like
Damn it.
you don't have to like do that, but it's more fun doing that.
It's more fun, yeah. That's the
Because you
thing.
see
But
people cut in half and shit, and it's better for like for the photo mode and shit too.
this is true.
Their photo mode is amazing.
I will say though, I love the gifts that come up in the short video clips
Yeah.
that people, damn, stuff you can do in that game.
Yeah,
it looks real good.
It's a really good game. I'm really digging it so far. I did finish Last of Us 2, and I finished a Platinum it, so I did everything in
Nice.
Last of Us 2. I thought that game was fantastic. I understood the story more than I think a lot of people just didn't really get the story, or just didn't. People want like a happy ending. People want like a easy narrative and not to feel a certain way, and that's what I felt with Last of Us. It was like, no, this is not that happy ending. No, you're gonna feel fucked up by it in the beginning of the game. You're gonna be fucked up at the end of the game. And that's how I felt. And I thought the game was amazing and it was really well done. It was really well thought out. I went through it twice. I did the New Game Plus to get the rest of the trophies, and it was a fantastic game. I recommend everyone playing it.
Okay, good.
That's it.
All right, cool.
Oh, and Cuphead on PS4.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Get it. Get angry. Break your controllers.
Not now. Now's not the time to pay for new controllers. Don't do that.
You get duct tape it.
Yeah, that's probably better. Duct tape and Elmer's glue. There you go. So this week the verdict for our live action video game movie this week is Postal from 2007 by our good old friend
Limbo.
Uwe Boll.
This is number 5, 4.
I think it's number 4. We haven't seen
number
it. So
4.
House of the Dead,
Alone in the Dark.
And
Blood Rain.
and Blood Rain. So yeah, 4.
Number 4.
This is, of all the movies I've seen so far, this is definitely the best. Obviously for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
This movie is not for the faint of heart. This movie is not for the easily offended. This movie is you could tell there's a point to this movie at the end of it. Like it's not just stupid and senseless for the sake of being stupid and senseless. But man, does it go all the way. Like almost see this it straddles a line where this movie is almost like a Naked Gun.
Yeah.
And how ridiculous it is. But the thing about this movie is that Naked Guns would sometimes leave threads on, like there would be crazy things that happened in Naked Gun that you would just never get context for. It would be a joke and you would just, that's it.
Yeah.
This movie takes the part of the joke that you would be like, huh? Well, and it just keeps going and explains the joke, and then it just shows you why this is fucked up. Like, this movie starts with a 9/11 reference, and almost a reenactment in this movie's whatever brain, mind, heart, warped piece of space, where this is what the conversation between the hijackers would be, with what they would say. Well, Osama bin Laden on the phone. Like, it's ridiculous, dude. Like, I don't think that. Yeah, it's just, you have to sit there and think about this. Like, I can't just have a guttural reaction to watching it. Why is this Why is this funny? It's what you have to ask yourself, because it's really like it's legit. Just like, damn, that's rude. It is.
The game was the movie was like so. But then again, if I probably played one game of Postal.
Okay.
And it was very like over the top, like the movie was, like the humor and everything like that. It was like a very Duke Nukem-ish kind of like sense of humor of that game. So, but
let me ask you, since you have some experience with it, was it trying to push the envelope this far?
Yeah,
and making fun of things that were like that were real.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you remember?
It was very.
It
reminded me of what was that movie with Michael Douglas?
Not Falling Down, right?
Back in the one that he's like the
when he went Postal.
Yes. That was the basis of Postal.
Oh, the game as well.
Yeah, that was the basis of Postal. So this made like perfect sense for why the movie was the way the movie was.
Yeah, no.
It was very over the top kind of shit. Yeah.
I remember around that time that movie came out, because that was a thing that happened. Yeah. The mailman. Yeah. So that's when they made the turn going Postal. I remember that. Yeah. So this movie is more to that movie. Okay. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So surprisingly, it's very close to the actual game. And
it really is. Okay. I saw the creator was in the game, I believe.
The creator was in the game. Yeah.
He's hiding in the
fought Wimbo.
Crotchy. Oh.
He fought Wimbo.
He fought him, and he shot the man whose neck got broken by the cop. That movie has just the most messed up things going on.
Like everywhere.
It's like none of it is what you should expect. Yeah. It's all just random, and it's just all dark.
But sadly, it worked. It made it entertaining, and it was a very fun movie.
But I was gonna, Again, it's art. It's a film. It's not like just trying to hurt people's feelings. It's a movie.
Yeah.
So it's a piece of art, and you could kind of tell that. You know what's messed up about this movie is that if you had called this movie 2020, it'd make 100% sense. Yeah. Because everything that's going on in this movie is basically kind of what led up to today.
Yes. Yeah, 100%.
Kind of what led up to today. So there's so much that's just happening in this movie that's playing on real events, but going to the infinite degree of we're just, oh no, you think we're not going there? Oh, we're going there and beyond. Like, it's ridiculous, but it's still like, damn, that could happen, man.
Yeah.
Kind of how you feel about this movie.
Yeah.
Like the whole uncle with his cult. Like, yeah, that's kind of real.
Yeah.
That could really happen. They could have didn't that really happen when somebody had a stockpile of weapons like that? Like,
yeah.
Scott Snyder doesn't like that. Don't rat them out.
It's a crazy ass movie. It is, but at least it had a sense of humor that actually made it funny, and not just try to be over the top and not be funny.
Yeah,
like basically. They're not like looking at the screen for the cue of you to laugh, kind of thing. You know, it felt like it worked for this movie. It's not the greatest movie, and I'm not gonna say it's like an amazing movie. No, it's not. But you're gonna get a good laugh, and it is silly as shit.
If you have a dark sense of humor, then it's a movie that I'm sure if you said at first that it was a Uwe Boll movie, people would be like, "Why do you want me to watch this shit?"
Yeah.
But if a person could see Postal without knowing who the director was and why he's infamous first,
Yeah.
I bet you a lot of people will be like, "Oh, this movie's pretty funny."
Yeah, I feel the same way. I think I agree with that, and I think it was a decent. It was fun to watch. Like it was just like it's just over the top kind of crazy shit that's going on.
You know
I like
why?
Zach Ward as the main character. Thought he
agree.
was good.
Just about everybody was good. Like
Yeah.
this, I bought in. I pretty much bought into this whole thing. I love J.K. Simmons as the mayor.
Yeah.
Fuck you. Fuck you. Yes, sir. Fuck you too. Like
Yeah.
that one. Oh,
yeah,
my
some
God.
no names in there too. Like you had
Chris
J.K.
Coppola.
Simmons. Yeah.
Who isn't he related to I forget his real name. I know Francis Ford Coppola. Isn't he related to him?
No.
But also oh, you sure? Because wouldn't that make it that he's related to Nicolas Cage?
No, I don't think he's related to Nicolas Cage.
Okay. How about that?
He was in like the Kids in the Hall.
Yeah,
You ever watched
Dave
this?
Foley's in this movie.
Yeah.
I remember him. Like, there's a lot of there's a lot of people that, and the funny thing is, they're not all like big comedic presences, but for the sake of this movie, yeah, like the guy Eric Avari, like he's in a ton of movies.
Yeah.
Kind of as the stereotypical character, but you know, because
He was a soup Nazi.
he's got a certain look.
Yeah.
He's usually a convenience store owner or some Muslim religious or Indian religious, or like he's a guy. Like, wasn't he in
He was in Mr.
was it
Deeds.
Hmm?
He was in Mr. Deeds.
He was in Mr. Deeds, but like, I feel like he was in another movie we already watched as like a stereotypical bad guy. But like,
I don't know.
yeah, like, I don't want to go too much into every individual character, but like the bit players, like even they make this movie more of what it is. Like he's got the whole thing going on where he is the stereotype. It's like the movie was made off of white people's fear. It's kind of messed up because it's literally every trope. With the trailer park husband with the big giant fat wife.
Yeah.
With the she's cheating on him with the redneck. She's got the
Cops.
him. You got the him working, but not even that. That's when it gets ridiculous.
Yeah.
But you got the him working at the job with the shirt from falling down. So he's basically the pencil pusher about to snap.
Yeah.
He's on a job interview. They ask him ridiculous questions in the beginning. So then you got that part. Then you got it's so much like. So with the store owner, you have him and his basically being the stereotype of, oh, they are just fronts for literally Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
So in this movie, he is a front for Al Qaeda.
Yeah.
Not Al Qaeda. What was it? Al Qaeda without Osama bin Laden? That's what it was, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, he is a front for Al Qaeda. He's got the lavish palace in the back with the dudes in the full Taliban gear. Al Qaeda is just, he has no accent. He puts on the accent. I love it. It's so dumb because, true enough fact, Osama bin Laden was like, he's not from here, but he lived in the U.S. for a long time.
Yeah.
And he's college educated in the U.S. It's so when you think about what they were doing with his character in that movie, it's like, I can see that because when he's doing the speeches,
Yeah.
and then he's doing on the fake accent, and then he's off camera, he's just talking like an intelligent person and saying, "Well, who writes this stuff?"
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, if you seriously think about a terrorist organization in the year 2000, why are they sitting there behind a handheld 1988 camera trying to deliver a message about religious stuff when realistically those guys probably don't really care about that stuff and they just want what they want?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of just interesting things, but they're done in a comical way.
Yeah.
So when you see the point that they're trying to make, it works.
Yeah.
And it's like, wow. If only he could do this in every movie he did.
Yeah.
If only Mr. Bowl could do this and could have done this
Sadly,
in
we got
Bloodborne.
two more of them. Sadly, we got two more of them.
I mean, I don't think they're gonna get worse than Alone in the Dark. So
Yeah. Maybe.
I hope not. Jason Statham is in one, so at least you
Yeah.
got some action, right?
Yeah. At least that.
But I recommend watch this movie.
It was
I
fun.
really do.
I think it's on Amazon Prime. That's where I watched it on.
Mm-hmm.
It's on there. The guy that played the Solomon, he was the soup Nazi in Seinfeld.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell
Yeah.
until
he
you
was
told me
soup
that.
Nazi,
I couldn't
yeah.
tell.
Yeah, I enjoyed the movie. It was funny. It was very dark. It was very like a dark sense of humor kind of shit. It was just very like really fucked up shit. But I enjoyed it for the most part. I did like Zach Ward. I was a big fan of the show Titus, so I liked him as act, liked him in it. So I was like, all right, he's cool. So I was fine with this. It was a fun movie. And he also was in Resident Evil Apocalypse, and he died.
Yes, he
so
was. And he died.
yes. But I enjoyed it. If I had to,
Also, I will be honest too. Before we get too far, it did feel like a video game movie. And you know what specific thing reminded me? Because I thought about this, and maybe you can tell me: was the mob in the game?
the mob. I don't
Whenever the
remember.
people saw him and said, "Hey, it's the postal guy." and
Yeah,
chased
because
him.
there was one point in the game
After-
that they are all going after you and kind of thing.
that felt like a video game part to me.
Yeah.
Every time they see you, hey, it's postal guy, and then when he chased him, they chased him to the alley and he murdered them. It really felt like a video game.
Yeah.
Okay, and
It
they
was fun.
shoot up children.
Yeah.
Yo,
They shot up children.
that
a
should be a
lot.
picture for the episode. As the little girl like gets shot and just slowly drops. Jesus.
I was like,
They kill a
wow.
baby. Yo, this movie's done. Yo, I don't know if people didn't spoil this movie. Yo, watch this movie. It's ridiculous. Come on.
It is pretty ridiculous. Yeah. So, I'll state the rankings right now and where this will be. So what review you give this movie?
This movie is getting a 4 from me. It is entertaining because you have to see what they're making fun of, and once you get it, it's like, oh, it clicks.
Yeah.
So unless you're easily offended, it should be an okay movie to watch. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So for me, I don't really care about that. It was funny.
Yeah.
It wasn't cruel for the sake of being cruel. So, and he gets shot in the dick. Come on.
Yeah.
He paid the price.
He paid it. I agree. I think the movie was funny. I got a good laugh out of it. I enjoyed watching it. So
If I put the picture of the mascot for the toy as the picture for the podcast, they'll probably get taken down.
yes, it was.
Come on, son.
Yeah. So, where will you put this in your rankings? I put this right under Doom.
For me, what's after Doom?
Resident Evil Extinction.
Oh yeah, it's better than that. Definitely.
So I
Better
put
than Extinction.
yeah. So I put this as this will be number 9.
I put this over Doom for me.
Yeah.
What's over Doom after?
Resident Evil 2.
Over Doom is Resident Evil 2?
Yes.
No, I like it more than that. I like it more than Resident Evil 2. Definitely. And then what's above that?
Tomb Raider.
And what's above that?
Street Fighter.
Okay, put it on the Street Fighter.
Under Street Fighter. Okay.
Yeah, I don't like Tomb Raider that much.
Okay. So.
I'm just saying. Yeah, the subject matter of this movie is rough for everything, but damn it, he ties it together and it just works. I mean, you know what? A credit to the actors and actresses in the movie,
Yeah.
because they couldn't have done it without them selling everything. So
I think I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna move Tomb Raider, and I'm actually gonna put that lower.
okay,
And I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep this on 6, and then I think I'm gonna put Tomb Raider right after Doom.
okay, all right.
And this will be Doom for you. So, our rankings as of now is... Oh, wow. Postal, just took out a lot of movies. So, number 1 is Mortal Kombat. Number 2 for me is Super Mario. Number 2 for you is DOA. Number 3, DOA. Number 4, Super Mario for you. Double Dragon is number 4. Number 5 is Street Fighter. Number 6 is Postal for both of us. Number 7 is Resident Evil 2 for me. Tomb Raider for you. Doom is number 8 for me. Resident Evil 2 for you. 9 is Tomb Raider for me and Doom for you. 10 is Resident Evil Extinction. 11 is Silent Hill. 12 is Resident Evil. 13 is Tomb Raider 2. 14 is Ring Commander. 15 is House of the Dead. 16 is Blood Rain. 17 is MK2 for me. Alone in the Dark for you. And 18 is Alone in the Dark for me and MK2 for you.
Okay.
That's our rankings right now. The next movie of this list will be Hitman for next week.
All right. I hope it's got pretty big shoes to fill.
Yeah. I don't remember this movie, so it'll be something new to watch. So I'm looking forward to it. I guess that'll be it.
Yes, sir. Thank you for listening to another episode of the It Gets Better, I Swear podcast. Make sure you catch us anywhere and everywhere, RedCycloneInc. And that is YouTube, SoundCloud, where you can also hear the Wrestling Babble podcast, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, WordPress, and a Facebook group. Also, RedCycloneInc. So check them out. Where you at, Mark?
Follow me on all social medias. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, SoundCloud, YouTube, and Twitch TV, all Mark with the Mic. Our Facebook pages, the Wrestling Babble and the RedCycloneInc page. Follow all our other podcasts, the Gamer Rage, Shell Shock, Not a Trekkie, the Morphin Cast. New episodes of Not a Trekkie and Shell Shock appeared last week and this week, so check those all out. Shout outs to Tenacious T that joins me on those casts as well, and Game On for the retro video game store that pretty much usually gives us the game. That's where we usually get the games that we play on the Game of Rage. So thanks to them to finding the games and selling it for good prices. They're in Mill Place and in Smithtown. So if you're ever in Long Island, check them out. They're a very friendly store.
Nice.
Peace out, laters. And always remember, follow the Jinkies.
You got them sandwiches.
I forgot that on the Wrestling Babble page. So follow him twice.
Yes.